Okay, so just trying to cover off here on alignment of the scope. Because it's too late in the afternoon to take a new measurement, we know that the magnetic variation is correct. I'm going to just check the alignment visually. The compass on the phone is set to be running at true compass readings, not magnetic. So north and south, when measured this way, should be correct. So if I try at least and draw a line through visually the axis of the scope and where the azimuth control is, which is apparently there, I think I'm not quite aligned. In fact, I would say I'm probably off by that much. So off by about 11 degrees. So maybe, well, I could be that this isn't set for magnetic, or it's set for magnetic versus true. So let's just go and have a look at that. It is set for true north. So I reckon my readings, or my alignment of the scope is off. But one of the things I thought I'd better check while I'm doing this is the alignment of the dome itself to north and south. So the door effectively is coming off. So I'm going to measure this, remeasure it. So we'll be at true north here and then measure what I reckon the door is off. So that was about 11. So I think that the dome is actually set correctly so that the door is pointing south. So I noticed the alignment was off when I was trying to point yesterday. So I'm going to recheck what the dome thinks it's doing versus what the scope thinks it's pointing at. Obviously we have to do a proper alignment when we can see some stars. There's been a bit of blue sky today, but it's looking like it's starting to get a little bit clouded in again. So we're probably not going to be able to see any stars to align to. All right, I'm going to try and get some alignment done. I just went through the process of retraining the dome, which basically you start the dome with the opening pointed north, and you effectively set that to north, and then you spin. It'll train itself to go around. So what has come of that is that where I used to have this set was further around here, which I just didn't. I must have measured it incorrectly the first time I set it up, and I just completely forgot to retrain it. So I've done that now, and also the scope is set to be pointing at north, so it obviously just moved a tiny little bit now, just as time is transpiring. So when I was testing this yesterday, everything was out just by a little bit. So what I can't do that while I'm connected with this device. So what I'm going to do is connect the dome and the scope via ASCON, which is what we're doing now. Now that both of them are set, I'm going to slave them to each other. So what should happen is that the azimuth reading that it's got now, where the scope is pointing north, as in this way north, not this way. When I do this, the azimuth should be set to, well, 359 or thereabouts. So let's watch it, and hopefully it should center itself. That's pretty good. So instead of yesterday where everything was off by a little bit and it was skewed a little bit over to one side, this is fairly centered. So I'll try. We'll try to just move the scope manually. Set the speed to 9, and then we'll just slew it around to about 2. So, a little bit hard to tell, but that's where the scope is pointing. So if I'm just offsetting through there, so it is pointing out the middle. It's obviously rotated around a little bit, but so that's correct. So if we slew around to 90. So we are looking out the hole. So pretty content with the fact that that's kind of in sync now. So, and obviously the angle that this is pointing is ridiculous because it's pointing at the tree, so it's not like it's gonna be pointed up. But I think that solved the issue with the dome being aligned with the scope. So now what we have to do is actually refine our polar alignment, and that's dependent on some stars coming out tonight.